Greetings friends, it's me John Ross and I'm here with another fun-filled science activity for you. Today we're talking about light, and in the state of South Carolina we really begin getting into light in the 4th grade. That being said, one of the areas that we look at when we're studying light is how white light reacts when it strikes an object. Now I have a variety of items here, such as a piece of yarn, a gram piece, a balloon. Let's see, we've got a paper triangle, some food coloring, some tweezer thingies, and a ping pong ball. Now, that being said, we want our students to be able to understand how, again, like I said, that white light reacts when it strikes an object. So this lab is really set up more for a social situation. Why? Because our students are social beings, and I try whenever possible, of course, to embrace that reality. So I also provide my students with a data table. Now this data table, the left column, has a number of items listed within it, such as, like I said, that yarn, we've got a sponge, an orange connector, a green pipe cleaner, a white cotton ball, and again, just a variety of random one-colored objects. The middle column is related to, or asks the students to record within it, which colors within that white light, within the spectrum, which of those colors are reflected. So when they get to the marble, and upon their data table, they're supposed to talk with their neighbor. Okay, so we got a yellow marble. How does the white light react when it strikes that yellow marble? Well, the yellow within the white light is reflected and goes to your eyes. That's why we see this here marble as yellow. Well, what happens to the red, the orange, the green, the blue, the indigo, and the violet? What happens to those other 6 colors? Well, they are absorbed, and so we record those 6 colors up in our absorbed column. Now, then maybe the next item on their list might be this pipe cleaner. Well, what color is it? It's green. Well, what does that tell us? That tells us that the white light, when it strikes the green pipe cleaner, the green within the spectrum is reflected and goes to our eyes. That's why we see this pipe cleaner as green. Well, what happens to the red, the orange, the yellow, the blue, the indigo, and the violet? What happens to those other 6 colors? Again, those 6 colors are absorbed. And the same is true, for example, with this purple piece of paper. Purple, violet, and so your kids are supposed to note, well, what color is it? It is violet. And so therefore, what's happening to that white light? Well, the white light strikes the triangle and the violet is reflected back out into the universe. And that's why we pick up purple, why we see this here as purple or violet. Well, what happens to the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo? What happens to those 6 other colors? Again, they are absorbed. And that's fine. That's not too terribly challenging for our kids, but where it does start to get a little bit challenging is when we get to the objects such as this here white cotton ball and this white table tennis ping pong ball, and when we get to the black bookend and the black cloth. It's difficult for our students to remember, well, what's happening to those various colors within the spectrum? And so the way that I have helped close that gap in understanding for my students is I like to ask them to recall, during the summer now, children, it's really hot, right? And they say, yeah, it's really hot. Well, which colored shirt would you stay the hottest within? Would you be hotter in a white colored shirt or perhaps a black colored shirt? And they're all gonna say black. Well, why is that? Because black absorbs the heat. Well, not only does black absorb the heat, but black also absorbs each and every single color within the spectrum. That's that red, that orange, that yellow, that green, that blue, that indigo, and that violet. Now, at that point, we can shift gears and talk about our white objects, our ping pong ball and our cotton ball. Well, what's happening to that light when it strikes those objects? Well, with those particular objects, all of the light, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and the violet, they're striking, all those colors within the spectrum are striking those objects and then being reflected back out. And so that, of course, is true with the heat as well. So with the light and the heat. And so again, the intent of this particular activity is simply to allow your students an opportunity to discuss with their neighbors, to helpfully reinforce and more deeply internalize how that white light reacts to objects of different colors. And so that is pretty much it, my friends, and I hope you enjoyed our fun-filled activity. We look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.